Steelers Nation, welcome back to the channel. As always, your Pittsburgh Steelers are pushing forward, aiming to perfect their craft and deliver the results we all crave. From the quarterback carousel to controversial officiating, there's never a dull moment in black and gold territory. Before we dive into the details, do me a favor, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss out on the latest Steelers news. Now, let's get into today's doubleheader of exclusive updates, our quarterback situation with Daniel Jones and the wild officiating drama against the Browns. Let's go. Let's start with the buzz around Daniel Jones. The former New York Giants quarterback, released after requesting a fresh start, has officially hit waivers. While his hefty $11.83 million cap hit might scare off teams, he's expected to become a free agent soon. The big question now, are the Steelers still the frontrunners for Jones? Analyst Ben Solak from ESPN thinks so. He recently listed Pittsburgh as one of the top landing spots for Jones, alongside teams like the Titans, Jets, and Browns. Solak argued that Jones could thrive in a better offensive infrastructure than what he had with the Giants. But here's the catch. Pittsburgh's quarterback room is already complicated. We've got Russell Wilson holding the reins, with Justin Fields developing as the likely future starter. Adding Daniel Jones to the mix could make things messy, especially since Jones is a former top 10 pick who probably isn't looking to ride the bench. Let's break it down. Current focus: winning now with Russell Wilson. Coach Mike Tomlin and the Steelers leadership have made it clear, the goal is to win now, and Wilson is the guy leading that charge. Jones, while talented, wouldn't unseat Wilson this season. Developmental conflict: Justin Fields versus Daniel Jones. Fields has shown flashes of potential, going 4-2 as a starter. He's younger than Jones and arguably just as capable of developing into a reliable QB1. Bringing Jones into the fold might muddy the waters for Fields' progression. Jones' career trajectory. At 27, Jones is entering a pivotal stage in his career. He needs a fresh start where he can compete for a starting job, something Pittsburgh might not be able to offer right now. While Jones could bring value as a backup or insurance policy, the Steelers seem more likely to stick with their current plan. Wilson for now, Fields for the future. But what do you think, Steelers Nation? Should the team take a chance on Daniel Jones, or is he better suited for another franchise? Let me know in the comments below. Now, let's shift gears to Thursday Night Football, where the Steelers faced off against the Cleveland Browns in a snowy AFC North slugfest. A pivotal moment in the fourth quarter has fans, and analysts, debating whether the officiating crew got it right. Here's what went down. Browns quarterback Jameis Winston tossed a wobbly pass that ended up hitting his own offensive lineman, Ethan Possick. Flags flew, confusion reigned, and the officials ultimately called illegal touching on Possick. This resulted in a 5-yard penalty and set up a 3rd&7 for Cleveland. Coach Mike Tomlin decided to accept the penalty rather than force a 4th&2. Unfortunately, the Browns converted on 3rd down, kept their drive alive, and ultimately secured the win. Let's dig into the NFL rulebook. Illegal touching. Possick, as an ineligible receiver, was indeed the first to touch the forward pass. By rule, the officials made the correct call with a 5-yard penalty. Intentional grounding debate. Many fans argued that Winston's throw should have been ruled intentional grounding. However, according to NFL rules, intentional grounding doesn't apply when the quarterback's throwing motion is impacted by a defender. In this case, Steelers linebacker Patrick Queen made contact with Winston, altering the trajectory of the pass. Clarity and communication issues. While the call itself was correct, the way it was communicated left much to be desired. The Steelers burned a timeout trying to make sense of the situation, and defensive play caller Patrick Queen expressed frustration with the chaos on the field. This moment underscores a larger issue: clarity and decisiveness in critical game moments. For the Steelers, it's a lesson in preparation and adaptability. I thought it was grounding initially. When I realized it wasn't, I made the call we wanted to make. The distance was more important to us, but we wanted to stop them and make the field goal a longer one. In hindsight, perhaps forcing the Browns into a 4th&2 scenario would have been the better play. But as they say, hindsight is 20/20. The Pittsburgh Steelers' rushing attack has been one of the most consistent and productive units in the NFL this season. Ranking 8th in the league with an impressive 135.2 yards per game, it's been a cornerstone of the team's success. But last Thursday's game against the Cleveland Browns told a different story. In a 24-19 loss, the Steelers' ground game faltered. No single player managed more than 45 rushing yards, and the team averaged just 3.5 yards per carry on 34 attempts. It was a far cry from the dominance fans have come to expect. Jaylen Warren, who led the team with 45 yards and a touchdown, was visibly frustrated but remained determined to understand what went wrong. "I don't know," Warren admitted post-game. "We're gonna have to get into the lab and watch the film and see what it is." Warren wasn't alone in his confusion. Rookie guard Mason McCormick, playing his first divisional game against the Browns, echoed a similar sentiment. "That's a good defense," McCormick said. "Obviously, we've got to be better. We didn't win, but it's hard to point fingers or see what happened. I gotta go back and look at the tape." McCormick's comments highlighted the respect the Steelers have for Cleveland's defense. The Browns have been one of the league's stingiest units this season, and on a snowy Thursday night, they lived up to their reputation. The winter conditions at First Energy Stadium certainly didn't make things easier. The snow created a snow globe effect as the game progressed, with reduced visibility and a slick field adding another layer of difficulty. Still, McCormick refused to use the weather as an excuse. "Everybody's got to play on it," he said. "So it's just kinda the way it is." It's true, both teams faced the same conditions, but the Browns seemed better equipped to handle the elements. For the Steelers, the snowy backdrop only added to the frustration of a game that felt winnable. Left tackle Dan Moore Jr. emphasized the importance of using the extra time afforded by this mini-bye week to make necessary adjustments. The divisional loss stung, but Moore is confident the team can turn things around. "I think it's just the intimacy of this matchup, divisional opponents," Moore explained. "We knew that we were going to get their best today, and they didn't get ours. We would have liked to be 2-0 in the division, so I think that's what stings the most. This game wasn't just about stats, it was about heart and preparation. Facing a divisional rival is always a grind, and the Steelers know they have to bring their A game every single time." So, what's next for the Steelers? The first order of business during the mini-bye week will be a deep dive into the game tape. Understanding what went wrong and identifying areas for improvement will be critical as the Steelers prepare for their next matchup against the 4-7 Cincinnati Bengals. The rushing game has been a strength all season, and one bad night doesn't erase that. Expect offensive coordinator Matt Canada to dial up plays that put Jaylen Warren and Najee Harris in better positions to succeed. Divisional games are always battles, and this loss can serve as a learning experience. The Steelers are still very much in the playoff hunt, and every lesson learned now could pay dividends in January. Let's recap, Steelers fans. Should Pittsburgh pursue Daniel Jones as a future option at quarterback, or is it better to stick with Wilson and Fields? Did the officials handle the Browns game correctly, or could clearer communication have made the difference? And how do you feel about the Steelers' playoff outlook moving forward? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. Before you go, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with your fellow Steelers diehards. Together, we'll keep the black and gold spirit alive, no matter the challenges. As always, thanks for watching, and until next time, here we go, Steelers.